Likutei Hashachar, Halacha Hey. We are holding by the second paragraph of Seif Tzadik Dalet. We explained last time that what Rabbeinu says about Moshe adding one day, on his own. This is what the people say. In Torah Kuf Tzadik in the Likutei Moharan, and understand well. Dehainu, in other words, that you have to understand on your own what HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants before you are told to do. אפילו עכשיו, שכבר ניתנה התורה, the Torah was already given, ויש לכל אחד בחיר כפשוטו, and every person has a simple choice to do it or not to do it. When it comes to the inner eitzes, inner advice within the grace, how to be zurich do mekan divrei Torah, and what way you're supposed to take. And to go, to learn with the iyum, ashkafa, to be a Kabbalah man, you have to go with the Kabbalah, to come close to. All this a person needs to understand on his own volition, from his own. If you look at your real tachlis in a real way, if you're being honest with yourself, and you're looking at what you need, for sure you'll be able to understand which way to go. And it means to come close. I will give you seichel and I will show you which way you should go. My eyes will advise you. It says in the Torah Berachman, sheyesh remozim, there are hints. Shem b'chinas yadayim, sheyesh b'yam ha'chochma. There is a metzias of in the Yam HaChochma, within the sea of Chochma. There's something that's called the Yadayim Yam HaChochma, the hands in the sea of wisdom. Now, what is the sea of wisdom? It means it is so much wisdom that it's beyond your capacity to handle. It's like a sea. What can you do with the sea? So the only way that you can query and mine Chochmah from Yam HaChochmah is if you do a tzimtzum, like a boat. What does a boat do? It pushes away the sea. And by pushing away the sea, it enables you to ride the sea, to use the sea. Now, Yam HaChochmah, the way that you convey what the Chochmah is, you're Megala, you're saying Diburim. Diburim is saying just this. I went yesterday, 8 o'clock, whatever it is. Okay, so all different things that could have been told. I went and I didn't go, and different this, and my wife told me, and all these extraneous details are cut off. And by just giving, yesterday at 8 o'clock I went, boom, you got it. You got the whole. If I would have added more, and because there's a lot to say, how hot it was, how cold it was, I waited for the bus, I didn't wait for the bus, I felt well, I didn't feel well, I had the time, I had to do before, I had to do after. B'kitzur, if I would try to convey the whole thing, we'd be sitting here until the cows come home, and still won't know what the heck I want from you. So, by conveying the Chochmah, the mechuvan, the actual message, is by pairing off all the irrelevant details and just sticking to the essential. Rest of that, at 30 or left. Good, how you know. Now, but there's a limit to what you can convey with words. Because words are cumbersome. They are grob. They're gashmius. Yeah, you can use combinations of words, and one word reverberates with the other. It's called poetry, and you're using one word here and one word there, and together you are creating a certain kind of you're referring to something else which is not verbally expressed. That's the art of speaking, of poetry, of literature, whatever it is. The art of poetry and literature is, the difference between competent artists and great artists is that competent artists, they say what they want to say. That's a person, that's a head, whatever it is. Great artists don't say. Great artists allude to. They from here and from there, and they create something undefined in the middle, which that's the thing that, because the Yama Chochma is far deeper than any word can convey. Now there is, this art of conveying is called the Yadayim. Yadayim Yama Chochma. The hands don't use no words. But when you're saying words and you're using your hands, you can give your words a meaning that your words alone cannot have. If I say, listen, he got a very small wound. What does very small mean? What is it? Microscopic? Or a millimeter? 2 millimeters? What is very small? And compared to what? But if I say he got a very small wound, by making this with my hand, you get information that the word very small wound, so I say wound, a rock, I say a very small stone. I say a very small stone, I can say also a very small stone. Okay, so a very small stone. The hands give you information that the words cannot. Oh, when you're saying, I said he's a great person. But if I go with my hand and say he's a great person, so this is called remazim b'yama chochma. That the hands give you hints b'yama chochma. They give you a depth of comprehension that the words alone cannot convey. This is the yadayim b'yama chochma. כשיש רמזים מבחינת ידיים שיש בים החוכמה, מה שאין יכולים ללמוד בדיבור, what you cannot finalize with a diבור, go בידיים ברמזים, you finish with the hands, with hints. מבחינת נטיסי יודי, I've bent my hand, עיין שם. וכל זה הוא מבחינת נדע של נוידר מעצמו מידת בשביל פרישוס. All this is included in the definition of a vow that a person vows by himself, from his own das for precious. This is the Bechina of Pinchas ben Elazar, which constitutes all those, that are jealous, the kin of Hashem. You don't tell them explicitly that this is what they need to do. They said generally, anybody who is together with a goiter, kanoim pogim bo. The kanoim would slam into him. But you're not. But there's no. I'm telling you that that's what you're supposed to do. So it's just kanoim. This is what they do. But the one who wants to be mekaner the kin of Hashem, he should come and be zeicher. וזה בחינת הצדוקה שבצדוקה האמיתיים. That's the tzedakah of the real Baal tzedakah. She'namati mishul kavod v'tiforos v'chativa. It's not that they give, for kavod or because they're nature, because they are good. They give for Kodesh Baruch Hu. V'aiker la'achzik oiskim b'torah ksherim anshay emes. The main tzedakah should go to those who are oisik b'torah, the ksherim anshay emes. Etzrichin niten tzedakah yezu mikoichon. You have to give tzedakah more than you have the koich to do. So you will construct a structure, the kedusha, that will exist forever. As Chazal said, the Parasha, Oyev kesef lo yisba kesef. In Toheles it says, as anybody who loves money will never have enough money. Good enough is never good enough. It's like enough is never enough. Anybody who loves, and anybody who loves, I know exactly what is the notion of anybody who loves in great crowds, not bounty, this is also nonsense. Even if you do mitzvahs, if you don't do a mitzvah that will remain, if you don't do a mitzvah that has a staying power, we found in a few times didn't have tzarchei rabbin, they didn't have besmedrash, didn't have mikveh, like a kosher the kabetz me'alman, it was very difficult to collect money from the people. Somebody jumped and he did it on his own tzidkosoi omedes la'ad. Its tzedakah remains forever. It's not that he takes the money out of his own pocket. Actually, he wakes himself up to work on it, and to press people about it, and to suffer everybody pushing him away and pulling him away and putting him off and this and that. He says, oh, here's the nudnik coming again. He's coming to nudge me about the mikveh, about the besmedrash, whatever it is. Oh, I can't believe it. Tell him I'm not home. And he's willing to take this all. And he's willing to accept all this for a mitzvah that remains forever. This is great. This is great. The one who makes other do is greater than the one who actually do. As Chazal said, the main thing is kavan shebili shem shamayim. Lo lisyar velkante chas v'shom. This kavan shouldn't be chas v'chalila, to boast or to tease somebody. Because sheken shechal achar b'schus arabim agodol me'oid, especially with somebody who is zoiche with a really, really great schus arabim. Sho'esek b'mitzvah she'en lo tovim. That he's doing in a mitzvah that nobody, nobody touches. The schus arabim. He has a big schus arabim for this. He suffers a lot of trials and tribulations for that. But what he means for Shem Shamayim, he means for Kodesh Baruch Hu, for the emes lamitoy. Shekol zeh hu b'chinas kinas Hashem tzvokis. All this constitutes like you're being a zealot, like you're being a b'chinas nedorim. That's the Iker Tikkun that the Torah says. The forehead of the snake, the brazenness of the serpent. This you see through the koyach of tzedakah. This merits you to do real tshuva. And you are able to eradicate, the bad opinions of this, and you elevate the koyach of the Ratzon. Just to get to that. All this you get koyach to do from the true sages of the generation. שהוא זוכר בכנסת התורס הדור, משה רבינו was זוכר to innocence. כי התורס נדורים, as we said before, is a greater mystery than the neder itself. שאפילו הנדר בעצמו, it's already a mitzvah מן התורה, how can יכול החוכם להתיר, החוכם has the capacity to be matter. כי כל כוח המתירים, all the capability of all those who matter neder, who undo the vows, it comes from the chorah b'chinas Moshe Kanam. Well, that's the reason why b'Yom HaKippurim, שצריכים לזכos לתשובה, ב'chinas Avonos, you have to זוכר את התשובה, and b'chinas Avonos, so you start from Kol Nidrei, Inu nedorim and atorosim, you're making vows and undoing them. That's the root of the tshuva. It all stems from the koach of the tzaddikim, who are a manifestation of Moshe. That's why it's a kol nidrei. B'yeshiva shel malo, b'yeshiva shel mato, anu matir nisparim kol hadarim. With the congregation of heaven and the congregation of this world, we are allowing, to daven, to pray with the criminals. Right? You have to elevate all the criminals, all the transgressors to the kedusha, and make them tshuva. You connect yourself to the congregation above and the congregation below. This is all the tzaddikim that are alive today, and all the tzaddikim that have already passed away. They are the yeshiva shel mala. They are the congregation of Shammai. It's with their koyach that we daven on Yom Kippur. We say Kol Nidrei, and we elevate all the varyonim, all the transgressors, so they, B'ezrat Hashem, will do tshuva. Ad kan for today.